a 1991 Honda Accord. It spends the majority of its elderly years here in the garage. Clearly it's seen better days. It has roughly 350,000 miles on the original drivetrain, or at least I think so. The odometer probably stopped working about a decade ago. The clear coat is peeling away, the rear wheel quarter panels are rusting to pieces, the interior trim is falling apart, and it can't hold its oil for more than 15 minutes. To the average person, this would be considered junk, a waste of space, and inevitably traded in for something new, hip, and flashy. But I'll never see this car in that light. This Accord has an immeasurable amount of value to me. It was not long after my parents divorced, my mother had custody, and while as a kid I didn't quite understand the reason, I was aware that we no longer had a car. And then somehow out of nowhere, we did. This Accord was gifted to us by a couple whose names and faces I do not know, and it will always serve as an object lesson my mother taught me, to never lose faith in the Lord. But why am I telling you this? How does this relate to the love of driving? Well, in more ways than one might think. Every car, every motorcycle, has a story, carrying around its own personal piece of history. And every time you sit in that driver's seat and flick the ignition, you add to that car's story, its essence now one with your very own. You experience that car's very being, its persona amplified by the dozens of stories prior to yours. This Accord was the first car I drove regularly, the first time I experienced the freedom and solidarity of a car on the open road. So you can keep your self-driving cars, because whether it's an old Accord, a bucking Bronco, a Swift Shadow, or a cherry red voluptuous Ferrari, cars are meant to be driven. They are meant to be a personal experience. And perhaps if I can ever afford it, this car will get restored to its former youthful years, because frankly speaking, it's well deserved. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Manuel Smith here, as you can see in the credits, the composer, director, and overall creator of that short film While We Drive. I just want to say thanks for taking the time to watch. So, fun fact about that film, it was actually premiered as a part of the top 10 in the automotive competition at the Newport Beach Film Festival. Last Friday is when it premiered, and it was really cool to premiere my work in front of friends and family alike on the big screen. It's wild, as they say. Pretty good experience. I got to speak directly to Amelia Hartford as well as Aunt Anstead, and it was just overall something that I don't think I'm going to forget. And I'm just thankful that the short film was able to resonate with everyone there who saw it. I wanted to upload it onto my YouTube channel, so that way people who weren't able to make it out to California would actually have a means to witness the film. So, there you go. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and drop a subscribe, drop a like on this video. You'll probably see another video uploaded not too shortly after this one, talking about why there hasn't been much activity on the channel for a year basically, but I'll get into more detail there. So we'll see you all in the next one.